Well, I'd like to welcome everyone to Transform You, where we do live coaching. I'm Dean, and this is HollyKem Sunseri.
Okay.
And today we have Jackie O'Hare. And we'd like you to welcome you, Jackie, introduce yourself, and tell us what you would like to work on today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to get into this. Um, so I've been through a pretty big transformation. I was in the restaurant industry for 20 years, and I the last thing that happened was I got fired, and I decided it was a toxic work environment, long hours, late nights, and I didn't want to do that anymore. So I kind of like reinvented myself and I got certified to be a wellness and a life coach.
Mhm.
And now I'm building my program and I've made a lot of changes in my life. I moved back in with my mom to help me with my sick dog and to help me get my business started while I rent my house out in Philadelphia. And it's been quite a transition living back home. I'm 38, so I'm back home after I haven't been here in 20 years.
Hmm.
And I'm struggling. I'm like in between like who I want to be and who I was.
Ah,
And so I'm having I feel like I'm trying all the things, but I'm staying where I'm at and I'm not able to like get to the next step of like becoming this successful life coach and kind of like owning my like having confidence. And it's been a long journey. It's been 2 years since I was fired. So I've been working at this for a little while.
well, Jackie, tell me what's the difference about who you were and who you want to be.
Who I was, I had very low self-worth.
Okay.
Um, I didn't, I never thought I could be an entrepreneur or run my own business. Um, I was really like mean to myself once I started like getting aware
Mm-hmm.
of what I was saying to myself in my head. And I used alcohol to numb a lot of my feelings,
Mm-hmm.
which was easy because I was in the restaurant industry.
Sure.
Um, and so that kind of that, I have lots of, reckless stories. So
Sure.
I'm I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, I'm exercising daily, I'm being very nutritious, like in my diet. Um, yeah, I've like done a 180, complete
Okay.
180.
So, what are the voices in your head now? How quiet are they?
They're actually pretty quiet. Like I feel like I can do it and I'm really positive
Mm-hmm.
and I try to tell myself like you can do this and I'm very ambitious and determined. So like I'm not giving up. That's not an option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just can't get to the next step of like wanting or feeling like people want to purchase a program from me.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
question I have is what's been the biggest challenge in moving back to where you grew up?
There's a lot of challenges. My my dad, I lost my dad a few years ago. He committed suicide.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And so it's hard without him here. And um, I feel like I'm the caretaker of my family,
Hmm.
my sister and my mom. And
Are you the oldest?
I have a twin.
You have a twin. Which one were you, the first or the second?
Yeah, I was the first.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't have that much money because I'm definitely making a lot less than I was at my I was a general manager of a big restaurant. So
Yeah.
I see.
so I feel like a little trapped here.
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of friends here. I'm trying to build a business. My dog is very sick and it's taking a lot of time and balancing when I have to take care of him and when I have to work on my business. Um, yeah, so I feel like a little trapped here.
Yeah. So when you say you want to do a program,
Mhm.
right? Like what is it that you're wanting to offer?
I
Is
am
there like a
creating.
specific niche or
It's about reinvention. It's basically I want to help other women who felt stuck, who feel stuck, just like
Mhm.
I had, who either want to move to a new city or break up with their boyfriend or um, maybe get a promotion or start a new career path.
Right.
Um, so it's for women who are in their 30s or 40s,
Mhm.
want to reinvent themselves. And it's a 90-day program. And it's basically like a lot of identity work and awareness and shifting like mindset and limited beliefs. So I'm not finished with it yet, but I have it all kind of planned out.
Well, a couple of things. I want to commend you on the
Mhm.
changes you've made,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Thank you.
It's a big deal to put down the alcohol, put down the
Mhm.
smoking, especially if
Mhm.
it's been a rhythm and part of your life for
Mhm.
a long period of time. And then also, I think being able to do that and move back to where you grew up
Right.
is a double challenge because not only do you recall and get reacquainted with all the wonderful things of that environment, but you also get reconnected to some of the
Mm.
things that possibly drove you to drink and smoke, kind of thing. So it's
Yeah, exactly.
it's doubly challenging there.
Mhm.
So I
Yes.
think you're doing it. You very much have made some great changes, and
Mhm.
also are working with clearing out some of the things that are really being able to not only have the reinvention on the outside, but the reinvention on the inside.
Mhm.
So you get
Yes.
an opportunity to do that,
Right.
but it's also the challenge of that. And, we have a specific
Yeah.
paradigm that we work with that, we say that there's a part of us, which is Jackie, who has
Mhm.
this vision of being a coach and helping transform women's lives and to be able to empower them to make this transition. And that's actually the part of you that has been whispering to you to make these changes, and you have responded and honored those and
Mhm.
respected it and have made some courageous changes.
Mhm.
So there's the very best part of Jackie.
Right, which we call the true self.
We call it the true self. And then we would say there's a part of you that carries your emotional pain
Yep.
about life. We all experience
Yep.
difficulty, Mensch. You certainly mentioned one really big one was the loss of your father.
Mhm.
But when we experience difficult events like that, we naturally respond to experience emotional pain. If
Mhm.
we internalize that inside of
Mhm.
us, it goes into this bucket we call the wounded child.
Yeah.
And then we have a third voice, which
Yes.
we call the protector, which is our coping behavior. And that's the part of us that we develop to help us cope with life. It helps us sedate the other side, it
Yes.
helps us change our emotional state. And sometimes it begins to take a life of its own.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
I think all
all
times.
times, it takes a life of its own.
He's being nice. No, I think it's a little bit more than sometimes.
And when this part takes a life of its own,
And we're unaware.
and we're unaware, or we're aware,
Well, we're kind of unaware until we like, oh, really aware, like,
well,
oh,
it's called
goodness.
out.
What the hell happened to me? I don't know who this is anymore.
And so oftentimes in a lot of the circles they talk about recovering.
Mhm.
Who are
Right.
recovering?
What are yeah, what are we in recovery for, right?
Recovering who we really are,
Who we really
like
are.
the Jackie,
Right.
which
The
I
truth.
just love that you're on that journey.
Mhm.
And I also love the fact that you're offering the very thing that you have walked through, which
Right.
is really, I mean, I believe our greatest challenges are meant to become our greatest treasures.
Mhm.
And so once we allow our greatest challenges to be transformed, then it becomes a great treasure that can
Right.
offer to other people. So I think that you have a lot to offer there
Right.
because you're making these great changes. And so it's evolving and it's reached a certain level where you can offer it back. And at the same time, there's a lot of different things. I know as coaches, we really have a great product. We know that.
Yeah.
One of the challenges is how to get the product that we have to the right people that need it and to
Right.
make that bridge, right? That's the challenge. And it doesn't necessarily mean we don't have a good product if we don't have a lot of people responding. It's just we haven't gotten to the people that actually needed or somehow made that bridge. So that's kind of like a business challenge, but the greatest work that you can do is what you're already doing is internally,
Right.
right? Working with that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things too is like we've been coaches since our son was 2 and he's going to be 26.
Oh.
So for a long, long time. I think before it was cool, you know.
Before I knew what a coach was. Coach, oh, you play basketball?
Yeah. So,
Are you ready for a journey of self discovery and healing? Introducing A Roadmap to the Soul, a practical guide to love, compassion, and inner peace. This book offers practical tools and insights to navigate your inner landscape, release emotional blockages, and embrace your authentic self. Start your transformational journey today by getting your copy now. See the link in the description. And now, back to the lesson.
but it really explained better what we did versus a therapist, and a counselor. So, we just whatever you needed to call us at the time worked, right? But, in the sense of not just taking someone out of the pain, but taking someone to excellence, instead of going from pain to normality, going from normality to excellence, right? And how to really live out who you really, really are. And in one section, it's one of the things that, I could see is that there's a difference between, which I know but a difference between who I am in my being and then what am I doing? And it's like for you, I can see both of those are in transition. It's like,
Yeah, for a
yeah,
little while they were one
yes,
because productivity was part of my worth.
exactly,
So what I was doing was very intertwined with who I was being.
exactly. And what you've been doing for the last 2 years is separating those. Is that I am Jackie and this is who I am and what I choose to do for the world and serve is something different than what I used to do. So the reason why your self-esteem went down is because they were intertwined into one. And that's what's pulling on you. It's like in your protector life, it's like she's like, "Hey, Jackie, I know how to do this very well. And what are you doing? Excuse me, you're living with your mother? What, have you lost your mind, Jackie?" It's like, hello. Did you see that? Did you see that restaurant over there that we went eat last week? You know you can turn that thing around, girl. It's like, you got that thing talking to you. But because the lie is for all of us, it's not just you, it's all of us. We become convinced that that part of us is who we really are until it brings us to a place that we don't know ourselves anymore. And then we wake up and go, I got to get out of this. And so all of a sudden, as you're doing, you're working through saying, okay, that is what I did for money. And I did it very well. However, the part of me that had to do that took over, which is not who I am. And see, that's where the self-esteem is getting confused, right? It's like, oh, I don't have the confidence anymore that I walked in that restaurant and da. And yes, you used alcohol to sedate some emotional pain, but the truth is obviously you ran the restaurant. Obviously you knew what you were doing, right? And so in that process, it's like realizing that your skills are your skills. You know how to run things. You know how to do business. You know how to communicate. You know how to hire. You know how to fire. You know how to train. You know how to find problems. You know how to solve problems. That's part of your skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you do that in coaching or you do that at a restaurant or you do that in a business or you do wherever you do that, it's the same skill set.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, I want you to take that back from your protector that took it to a level that was unhealthy for you and you were in an unhealthy environment. So it's like those are still your skills. They don't go anywhere, no matter how you translate them. I mean, I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I've been sober for 42 years. I used to sell dope. I almost went to prison for 10 years. So it's like I know how to sell people on their life now. I don't sell dope anymore. I sell hope and love and truth. They're still my skill sets. I just moved them into a different arena.
Yeah.
So can you see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. Which I've tried to I've tried to see myself in that way. I don't, and I think because I'm new to this
Right.
Uh-huh.
and I haven't been doing this long enough that I don't feel as confident.
Sure.
I was in the restaurant industry for 20 years. I managed for 15 of those years.
Right.
So, yeah,
So you went from in 5 years, you went to managing restaurants.
yes.
Yes. Okay. I want you to hear that. Within 5 years, you went to managing restaurants. That's called a skill set. And that skill set was already in you. You were able to learn, you were able to pick it up, you were able to understand, you were able to categorize what needed to be done.
Yeah.
It's still your skill set. Okay. I understand you may not understand this business, right? But this business in coaching is that you're dealing with human beings.
Yeah.
So it is different, but the skill set is still yours. Like I want you to take your skill set, and I don't want you to see that as something that goes over here, right? Over there with the restaurant, is that you have that. That is yours. Now you had to learn the restaurant language.
Right.
You're having to learn a language. If you were in IT or you working, with whatever it is, you got to learn their language. But your skill set is yours. And I see that's one of the first things. Like it's like I want you to separate from your protector, which you're already doing. Okay, you're already like, okay, no, the drinking, the smoking. Okay, no, the toxic relationships, the toxic environment. It's like, okay, you separated from all of that. This is who I am. But I don't want you to leave on the table your skills.
Yeah.
I want you to pull them back, that these are mine. They don't go away with all that toxic stuff. I still have them. They're in you. Like, I can't, like our son, graduated in business administration. And so I'm always asking him, okay, so, because, I don't know what that umbrella and his new job, like what does that look like? So as I'm talking to him, I realize that one of his major gifts and his skill is logistics. Not everybody can do that. And I'm like, son, this is really, really good. Like this is in you. And he's can deal with people. He's not afraid to fire people. He's not afraid of man. He's not afraid to confront. He's not afraid to empower. He's not afraid to solve problems. It's like that's in you.
Right.
So go ahead.
Well, how do so like I know I have those skills, but sometimes I don't know if they transfer to being a coach because I'm like, who am I to tell these people like how to be better when it took me 38 years to figure that out?
Well, go ahead, Annie.
Yeah, I would say the confidence, it's hard to have confidence when you're doing something new.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a fundamental sense of in us as it's instilled. I know my mom instilled into me, like, and a belief that I could do anything.
Yeah.
Which was really a great gift from her. But at the same time, if I'm doing something new, I want to learn the piano, I'm not confident in that because I'm clueless on how to do that. So my question would be, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate yourself in terms of being inquisitive and the ability to learn, 10 being high?
The ability to learn,
And a 10.
I can't, you see?
So given that fact,
right.
It's just a matter of time till it starts working for you.
Right.
Because like you were willing to do this podcast because you had two people that have been coaches a long time. So there'll be a little bit here that you pick up and a little bit there you pick up. Your training, you're going to be doing all these things. And just like in the restaurant business, you are on an accelerated curve to become a manager in 5 years. You'll be accelerated in terms of your success as a coach in business but it's just going to be time and continuing to exercise inquisitiveness,
Right.
and then it'll come together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's I have it or I don't. No, I think it's a time thing. And I think it's
Right. In
this particular thing because it's a new arena. And I think you've positioned yourself to where you've been able to temporarily afford the learning curve by moving back. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure moving back it sounds like it was an economic decision among other
Right.
things. And so you would do that. But I would say just a little bit that we know about you, rest assured
Okay.
that it's going to come together for you.
Yeah. And can I go?
Yeah.
Uh, One of the things that I see, Jackie, is that, okay, this is a suggestion. Okay. All right.
Sure.
And then, you take wherever God sends it with you. Okay. But what I was seeing was in the sense that your journey is a 2-year journey right now on taking Jackie back. Right. And what I heard you say, and you can always erase if I don't hear it right, okay? Because I want to make sure I heard you right. But in that process is that I want to coach people that are in the same transition as I am, right? So it's like, what happens if you start a free group with 10 women on Zoom, and you just start leading them on the things that you have done and asking questions, and you record it.
Yeah, I'm starting to do workshops,
There
free
you go.
workshops.
And what that does, that's good. That's it. And from there, get a couple of people that you can have a group once a week with, where you start coaching them through different things. It's not your program, but it's just in the communication where all of a sudden you see Elizabeth go, Jackie, that was so good. Thank you. And then you're like, Samantha, tell Jane what you said last week. She wasn't here, and that was so important to what Jane's sharing. And all of a sudden, you're going to see yourself connecting the dots for other human beings. And then you'll be sharing some things out of your own journey and then all of a sudden that confidence comes. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm saying that is when I started my own private practice in 1989, I had a aftercare. I worked in addiction. I had an aftercare group of people that from the family week, the family members of the recovering addict and alcoholic. And I ran that group for 2 years, and I built my whole practice on that. And I've been in private practice since 1991, and everybody has paid cash since then. And I've never taken an insurance or anything. I haven't worked for another hospital or anything. So, but it was that group, by me being present and being who I am, and just I'm the same way as I was then as I am now, just telling the truth about who I am, how I did it, what I saw, encouraging them, loving them in truth, right? And, seeing their treasures. Like me seeing your treasure of all the skill you have, and that I don't want you to leave it over there. I want you to bring it with you. Just in that, these people started to see me individually, and they sent me their families and their friends, and I'm still doing it. So I just see that being a way to build your confidence, because you'll start to see and hear from these people. And, a workshop you're giving, right? But in a group, everybody gets to see you work.
Yeah.
It's a different concept, because like we have a program that we do that's a 4-month program, and it's online and it's on demand. I don't have all the language, and they do it at home, but then we do 2 live coaching calls with that program that they can come on. They can do it or not. And, it's in that process that they see us working, and they become so unafraid of sharing because of our love for them and our care for them and our truth, of who we are. And, we tell on ourselves and we tell on our protectors what it used to do, what it thinks, what it shouldn't be doing, what it wants to do. That's not healthy. And they become freer in their own unhealthy thought processes where they're not empowering them, and they become freer in sharing their trauma, where they see that how strong they are and how far they've come. So
Yeah.
I just see that as being something that you can start to feel success, even though it's not financial, but the financial won't come because of the confidence. So we build the confidence
And then the finance.
and the finances will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I mean, I remember in my son, when he got old enough to cut the acre of grass that needed to be cut, I showed him the basics of the lawnmower and then basics they cut the grass. And he really didn't do a good job the first time. But, you know, by the fourth or fifth time that he cut the grass, he started to really do good. And,
Now he's
so
very proud when he cuts
he's
it.
very proud. He conquered the land,
That's
which
what
I
he
was
says. I
saying.
conquered the land, Dad.
So,
And in Louisiana, you got to cut the grass a lot.
yeah. But the simple truth was that it was nothing inherent that he had to empower himself with to build the confidence for the grass cutting. He just needed the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to get in there and do it and have a forum to do that.
Right.
And so, in coaching, not so much, but like in counseling, when I was having my counseling training,
Right.
there was a certain point where the coursework went from theory to application, and the application was based on counseling people and basically experimenting on them, and they were coming for free kind of thing. But it was the repetition of it that began to help crystallize how I work and crystallize my own levels of confidence and to see clients. And I still have a young girl who was a woman that was one of my first clients ever at University of New Orleans that I experimented on, and she's still a Facebook friend, and still,
See?
yeah, still finally remembers. But what I'm saying is that from us, what we're seeing with you, like you have all the
Right.
material to be a
Right.
great coach
Yes.
and lots of skill. And part of it is just finding creative ways because coaching doesn't have that same sort of internship residency kind
Right.
of
Right.
thing.
Right.
It's just like you finish a course and all of a sudden you can coach. So how do you create a place where you're getting experience? And I think
Right.
what you need is just simply
Mhm.
reps,
Right.
repetition, and that
Yeah.
it'll continue to increase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's like, I'm sure you made very good money in the restaurant business. So you're understanding being a manager, a general manager, not a manager, a general manager in a restaurant, what you were worth. Now,
Mhm.
I'm sure the alcohol and all that could, knock us down a little bit where we think, oh, I could have done better and whatever, whatever. But you understand how hard of a job that is and that you owe me more money.
Yeah.
Right? It's like sometimes you go home and like, I need a raise. And you're not even scared to ask for it because you know your worth, right? Like this place, if I wouldn't have been there tonight, baby, woo, we would have had some problems, right? So in that, I know for myself when I started, doing what I do, I would have paid you to do it, right? But I needed to make money. So, I charged $60, right? And then I'd give discounts, right? Because at the time I had a full-time job as well. So, just being in the room by myself and whatever. And, today I need a raise, right? I'm at 180 an hour and I deserve a raise, right? And it's like in that, I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm giving away. I know that one question could be $1 million question that I ask somebody because it could set their whole life on a trajectory. It could be priceless. So now I understand what my job really is.
Yeah.
So in that, even though it's like you're sitting there, and if I was your coach and I asked you 3 questions that put your trajectory where your life changed forever, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's what I want you to understand, that because if you're in a room, like, for myself, I have to be here. I have to be. I can't have anything else in my zone. I can only be with you.
Mhm.
I'm with Dean here. I have to be with him and hear what he's saying to understand, to hear. And then when I'm here 100%, I have to have no agenda except hearing you and allowing my heart to speak back to you. That I have no idea what I'm going to say, unless like we're going to teach you something, then that's different. But in the moment of just hearing you. So it's like in that presence, I really have to always do my work. And
Yep.
that's what I think Dean's really saying to you, if I'm correct,
Mhm.
honey, is that what I hear Dean saying to you, Jackie, because you're willing to do whatever it takes to become you again, to take all the love that you've been given in your whole life and just get concrete in that and learning to do that for yourself and learning to love yourself in the wounds of your life, learning to love the protective part that says, have you lost your mind? You better go back to that restaurant. How about a little, let's have a little smoke today. And you're like, no, no, you learning to love yourself. Okay. With all of that through your life, that makes you available to whoever's in front of you.
Yeah. So, Jack, I have a question for you. In order to get where you want to be, what is two things you need to let go of?
That's good,
And what
honey.
are two things you need to empower?
Um, I need to let go of my perfectionism,
Good girl.
and I need to let go, I guess, of my like visibility wounds, like being seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to hmm, I need to trust that I know what I'm doing, and 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 having the faith that everything's going to work out.
The trust. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
universe.
So that's one of your assignments is
Yeah.
to what's one action you can do that will help increase your trust?
Yeah.
What's one action you can do to decrease letting go of the two things that you said that you need to let
Right.
go
Well, and I would say too for perfectionism is that if your protector is a perfectionist and she
Right.
has high, high, high expectations on you and others, that's part I want you to take back your part of that, which is Jackie's excellence. That comes from God, in my opinion, is that he's an excellent God and we have excellence in us. However, your protectors brought it to perfectionism.
Yes.
So they're very different, but they look the same. Excellence means I'm going to continue to do it till I get it, right? And then it becomes part of me. Like, Dean was a baseball player and he had excellence in him. His protector was driven, right? To do it perfect, but internally he had excellence. So that means he kept going, he kept doing it. He could do it over and over and over till he got it, right? But then learning how to not beat myself up if it's not perfect, but because my heart and my intention is excellence, I'm going to continue to do it. So where we separate that is learning that this voice, like for us, what we teach is our protector. We're not to get rid of them, because you really can't. It's like my arm slapping people. I don't want my arm to slap people just because I'm having an emotion, right? But I don't want to cut my arm off, so I don't slap people.
Yeah.
You see, you got it. I love it. You're very mission oriented because most people like maybe just get rid of that protector. Can we just drown it? Can we bury it? Well, that's like cutting your arm off, right? So if it says to me, my protector's perfectionist as well. If she says to me, this I make it like a person, okay? If she says to me, HollyKem, that was not perfect. I'm like, I know, and I'm going to continue to work on it. Thanks
Mhm.
for sharing. Well, instead of going, oh my God, and just going down with it, right? I allow it to have a voice. I say thank you, and then I go back to what's truth for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's name is Karen.
Oh, sister, you know our process. That's what we do is we wrote a book, Roadmap to the Song. And so we teach people how to name their wounded self and how to name their, protector self and allowing them to be like people and putting them in categories. So that way, when I hear a thought, feeling, or belief, I want to, instead of going, how do you feel? We go, who's talking?
Yes.
And then that who's talking, then all of a sudden, oh, that's not me. That's not HollyKem. And then I love it. And then I depower it and I get to come back to the table.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
good. Well, won't we land the plane
Oh,
here?
so good.
Yeah, so good. So what's a takeaway? Each answer that. What's one takeaway you're going to take from today?
I am going to go. What I'm taking away, Jackie, is that you are intuitively visionary with excellence that has a vision and a determination. And oh, I got chills. That's from God. And okay, I'm like, woo, okay. In that there's nothing you won't be able to do.
Thank you.
Yes. And people will be blessed for the rest of their lives to have you in their life.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. Yeah.
What you going to take, Jackie?
Gosh, all your wisdom. You just gave me so much. I think that I just need to put the reps in, and I think you're right. It'll come, but just the experience and definitely remembering that I have a skill set that I can take that I'm taking with me
Yes.
because I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I'll take is, you definitely if you manage a restaurant, you definitely know how to deal with people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not only people, but dealing with people gracefully, right?
you have to, right?
Gracefully. And yeah, that's very much part of you.
Mm-hmm.
And to say that um, when people come to you for coaching, they pay for a lot of things, but that's one of the major things they pay for
Yeah.
is for someone that they relate to, that's graceful, that they connect with. And it's not necessarily the strategy
Mm-hmm.
that they want, but it's your ability to know and relate.
Yeah. And
So
believe in them, huh?
and believe. So just building you up in terms of knowing that you have a lot more skill than in coaching than you may or may not give credit to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I would certainly know that that's a skill that's there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's and you will be very successful. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's you get the reps, you continue to you you get the reps and you continue to be inquisitive and it's all going to fall into place for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later, right?
Yeah.
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 Thank you so much.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to say too that I just want to throw this out because you said I was fired. I think maybe Karen was fired,
Mm.
not you. Karen might have done something, you know what I'm saying? That was a Karen,
Yeah.
but it wasn't you that was fired.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything.
Right. But I'm just saying in the sense that it could have also and could have also been your way of God releasing you.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if there's anything over there that, yeah, you have to take responsibility. It looks like Jackie. It smells like Jackie. It's Jackie. But for you, you understand Karen was not, okay? Yeah, nobody wants Karen to work here, okay? But also, it could be your blessing
Mm-hmm.
to say, look, there's more for you. There's more for you.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so
Well,
good.
yeah, I was going to say too, is like, man, you could definitely work with lots of managers of and general managers of restaurants. how to
Yeah,
how to keep yourself
same. Hard.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those restaurateurs,
Because you
yeah.
know that language as well. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I built mine off of drug addicts and alcoholics because I knew that world.
yeah,
But I brought the other thing to it, right? How to be
yeah.
healthy and how to let all that go. So I was just, that could be a niche.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So won't you tell our
it is.
audience what you're doing? Tell us a little bit about your course that you're developing and how can they get in touch with you if
Yes.
they'd like to get in touch with you.
So I spent a lot of time on Instagram. Um, and my course, it'll be out soon. It's 90 days. It's called Wildly Free. And it is like three sections, basically. And it's a lot of identity work and then building a vision of your future self and embodiment, and then releasing you into the wild so you can do all those good things. And that'll be out soon. And my Instagram handle is at High Vibes Rider.
At High Fives Rider.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ride motorcycles.
You do. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, my dad rode motorcycles, so after he passed,
Oh,
I got my license.
come on, girl. You're bringing his spirit back.
Yeah,
Yes, that's beautiful.
yeah.
Well, it's
The
so
motorcycle coach.
right.
You must have that on your card.
That's right. There's a lot there.
Yes.
Well, it's so good to have you,
Oh,
Jackie, and
So
we'd
much.
like
You
to,
gave me so many insights. I really appreciate it.
you're
oh,
welcome.
yes.
And we'd like to thank you, our audience,
Yeah.
for tuning in today for Transform You. And until next time, we say,
Have a voice. I have a voice.
Are you ready to embark on a journey of personal transformation and inner healing? Our intensive online coaching program is designed for individuals and couples seeking to reconnect with their true selves. Dive into our lessons, activations, live coaching calls, and educational readings tailored to uncover limiting beliefs, healing emotional wounds, and to cultivate a life filled with authenticity. Transform yourself, transform your relationships. It's time to transform you. See the description below to see how to join Transform You.